here. Oh no,
Oh no,
there's too many of
they
them.
got finagled. Got hornswoggled.
One moment. So I try to get Tux back on my screen. Uh, so um, oh no, I just messed up mine. Oh, this is going
Oh, it's all
great.
falling apart.
Yeah, kind of.
More
Um,
sideways.
but Ghost, before you came in, we were talking about the origins of Rivara. And Tux said that you might have a little bit more knowledge on that. Would you be able to? Or actually, no. Let's start from the very beginning. Uh, the people don't know who you are. Who is this? Who is this?
I don't know, bro. I try to ask that myself many days. Uh,
Okay,
I've struggled to come up with an answer. I'm trying to see a therapist for it.
this
I'm
is not a
getting there.
philosophical discussion.
Should drop the
Uh,
logs.
who are
Drop the
you in
logs, man.
Lapida, and what are you doing here in Lapida? What is your role? Who are you in Lapida? Yada yada yada.
So basically, I'm a guy stuck in an eternal, not so eternal now, but
God.
previously eternal quest of building a castle. Literally, my first message on the server was, "Hey guys, I want to build a castle. Who's gonna take me in?" And a lot of people offered. The one that convinced me the most in the end was Rivara. In Rivara, I was perhaps one of the initial promoters of like drafting a constitution, getting it done. I ended up drafting the constitution for Rivara because I practice as a lawyer in real life. So it was kind of like in my niche and had a lot of fun doing it. I served as a senator for the first period of elections after the founders of Rivara ran the first elections. I was a senator. I ran for president the next elections, which Tux won. I didn't win, sadly. And as of now, I'm just the senior moderator of Lapida. I oversee all the staff and coordinate along with the developers and the owner of the server, and try to just keep a fun experience while being the architect of one of the main builds in Rivara, which is the Portside Fortress, which is close to being finished on its first phase, which is the exterior walls. And that's
Mm.
basically who I am: an architect, a senior admin, lawyer, and art enthusiast.
Oh God. Oh God. I'm not ready for that discussion yet. I just
Oh,
started coloring Ghost. I just started coloring. Please.
it's gonna be $85 in the end.
No. um. So, you were previously an unelected leader, Rivara. Before you got booted out because of an actual election, right?
Crazy. You got already told about that?
No, I was just inferring based on the circumstantial evidence.
Well, basically, what happened is I lost the elections because a specific group of people were like doing a slandering campaign, basically like trying to tarnish my image to sway votes. It was not Tux. Tux had nothing to do with it. He didn't even ask for it nor coordinate it. He was just there, you know. It was just a group of people that didn't like me because since I'm a senior admin in the server in general, not for the faction, but just the server. I've had to, take some hard decisions that sometimes do not favor my faction. But because as an admin, I'm not supposed to favor my faction. I'm just supposed to apply the rules and what's most fair. And
Hmm.
sometimes those decisions did not favor certain groups of my faction, which got mad about it because after being questioned many times, I did ask them to like stop questioning about stuff I do as an admin within the faction because in the faction I'm just a guy trying to build a castle, you know.
Yeah.
So that didn't fly with them, and unfortunately, this happened while elections were happening. So after we had a tie, the slandering campaign started, and I didn't take it very nicely. So we started waging a little bit of a civil war with my supporters and non-supporters. Even people who didn't vote for me supported the fact that they didn't like the campaign, how it was going on, and what people were saying about me, because it wasn't an accurate representation, and that led to a little civil war. It didn't last too long, and it was just between specific members. It wasn't the whole faction. And in that time, I had to temporarily exile myself from the faction. I
Oh
didn't take
my.
anything from the faction. I took my I changed flags. There's still some Jolly Roger flags, just taking off because it takes some time.
I can
But
even
yeah,
hear
that
you.
happened about 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago, maybe. Even all the people who fought against me already, and we are acting like it never happened.
Mhm. All right. By the way, give me the hand of those. Man. Give me
Yeah,
a
I'd
hand.
appreciate it because I'm trying to get rid
Yeah,
of
you
them,
go.
but it does take a while. I'm trying to finish the three walls. So I have some both side and
Rivara.
Rivara flags, so you can use them and do like a pattern. You know?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's what happened. Bean.
Now,
Interesting.
Dean, I think you were asking before Ghost joined. I think you asked me about what would I tell a new player if not to join Rivara? Like, what would I tell them? Something like that. What was the question?
It was more or less of like it was kind of like a question of, besides the government structure and the good appeals. Um, what what else would be something that would draw people to Rivara compared to other nations, if there is anything else to compare and contrast?
Well, I think there's really a lot to mention because every nation that I've visited and every nation I'm friends with, don't get me wrong, all great people, but Rivara is so different and in a good way. It's very different in a good way. The environment is very diverse, so there is all sorts of resources all over the place. We got oak, of course. We got spruce. We got dark oak. There's even a mesa with red sand and there might be red sand. I don't know, but basically,
There is.
Navarro is very diverse in its resources. I believe we also have mangrove as well. We got a swamp with I think there's acacia. I could be wrong, but long story short, if you want resources, we got them. Is that the people are just lovely. Every Rivaran I've had the pleasure of talking to is just such a lovely person. It's always a joy. What ends up happening is I'll jump in a call with a Rivaran, and we will literally stay just hanging out and talking and chatting for 6, 8 hours. Like it'll be like 4 in the morning, and I'll be like, "Oh, I'm supposed to go to bed for work like 4 hours ago."
Oh yeah, I did
But
that yesterday. Oh,
exactly. See, so you know what I'm talking about. The people are lovely. Um, Everyone is so helpful and just so eager to help you or talk or anything that you need. You can just ask your neighbor, and there is a very high chance that they will be more than happy to help. At least with me. Um, at least I like to think that everyone's like that. Everyone that I've spoken to has been like that. For example, Yakushi, super helpful guy. I can ask him for anything, and he will just say, "You got it, dude." Because yes, we are a democracy of individuals. Yes, we all have our own individual houses, our own individual ideals. Who should we vote for? How should we build? Blah blah blah. All the things that make a democracy so much fun. But at the end of the day, we are all neighbors. We are all, people of the same nation. So
hmm.
it's really nice to see that sense of unity, yet individualism. Freedom of expression to be yourself, but at the same time, you work as a team. Does that make sense?
I
That's
do
just
have
the
a couple
What a
things I
powerful
want to
message,
add.
bro.
I have a couple things I want to add.
Oh, of
yeah,
course,
what's
yeah.
up, man?
This is more from the grumpy side of Rivara as well. We do have some of the most strategic builds in the server, with the fortress, Tux's farm, the capital fortress, the encampments of some of our elite fighters as well. There's many places that are settled among like a huge portion of terrain. So we have a lot of territory claimed to our name with justified builds. And we also won the First World War of the server. We had a very significant military who successfully conducted a lot of raiding operations. We got very rich because of that. And yeah, we have good fighters. Tux is one of the best fighters in Lapid in general. We train not often because we also want to play and build, but we are decent at PvP, even though individually many members are not necessarily great at PvP. As a fighting unity, we have stood off enemies and made ourselves respected around the server militarily as well. We have good tacticians and good community of people. There's even groups of friends that are from very similar time zones. So yeah, that's also something to keep in mind safety wise.
I mean, you can reference the events of yesterday, where we used me as bait for somebody, and kind of not exactly lurid, but kind of like, making
Kind of
it clear
protection.
that they're not exactly welcome here because of their very off-putting behavior towards people. And not
Hmm.
only was Rivara there to, stand up for that citizen, or I guess me, um, but also Bipolia people pitched in, and there were other nations there watching closely in case stuff went wrong.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
exactly. We have
I'm
good
not trying to
diplomacy.
call. I'm sorry. You got it, Ghost.
I don't know. I was just gonna say that we have good diplomacy, good friends, good fighters. If at any point you need to muster at least like a 5, 7, 10 people army, people do show up. So yeah, that's something else that also makes Rivara good. We try not to warmonger. We don't try to start wars. We definitely have never started a war, but we do finish them. So it's just a thing to keep in mind.
And that's a really excellent way to put it, Ghost. That's honestly, I think we should PvP practice a little bit more because it is quite fun. Actually, it's a good time. Everyone jumps in the call. We're all strategizing. I remember the past couple times we've done it. We've done 1v1s as you'd expect. We'll do like teaching. We're like, oh, I've noticed you do this and this. Try to switch that up a bit. Try this strategy. Um, we've also done like mock battles as well, where we'll have like a 3v3, like a 4v3, like we'll have different situations that get really fun because then you can strategize and work as a team rather than just everybody, here's your weapons, go fight. um, for example, Honeymelon, one of our Rivarans, she is not very great at combat. That's just being point blank center. One of her issues is she tends to spam click. So to counteract that, I adapted a strategy just for her to play support to really harmonize with, like, if I'm her teammate, for example, we made a strategy where we can harmonize really well and work off of that spam clicking. So it comes back to the individualism thing of like, yes, you are individual, you have your own identities, and we will work that in because we are a team and we all work together. We're not going to ask you to conform to be a brick in the wall. I like to think of it as instead as like a flower shop. You walk into the flower shop and there's so many flowers. There's roses, there's tulips, there's sunflowers, there's like you name it, it's in there. And I think that Rivara is very similar. We're all flowers, we're all Rivarans, but each of us are very different. You know.
Mm-hmm. Player not found is saying in Twitch chat to check the Mars chat. Both of you? Question
Let me see what's going on. Let me see what's going on.
mark?
Uh, 1 second. Ah, that's what. Of course. Thank you, player. You're being a very good team player. Love you, man. Um, yeah, a lot of this recent conflict. I want to try to avoid it, but I'm going to be frank. I don't think it's avoidable. It looks like it's going to happen no matter what. So don't worry. It might not look like I'm preparing on the surface, but trust me, guys. I have a lot of preparations under works. I try not to be a fighter. I'm a lover, not a fighter. I think that we should make love and peace, not war and death.
Not the Michael Jackson
But
reference.
but if it comes down to it, there's no harm in teaching someone a good lesson, which I think it's going to come down to here. I prefer if we can all shake hands and walk away at the end of the day. If this unnamed someone decides to calm down, take a breather, and actually talk, because I've offered to talk to him. Diplomacy is my first option. War is never my first option. Never. Um, if he decides to actually have a good conversation, I would love that. That means we can all avoid pointless deaths and hurt feelings. And they did this, so now I'm mad, and all that sort of drama that comes with it. If we can avoid that and instead just be not even friends, just okay with each other,
Hmm.
then that's a win in my book. Unfortunately, I don't think that's going to happen. So don't worry. I'm preparing for the worst. Hope for the best, prepare for the worst. That's how I do it. No one else talk. It's quiet.
Yeah.
I feel
I
like I'm.
remind you.
I won't. I mean, you could just do them. Want to? I'll start them.
I'm
I will. I did watch a couple because I watched it. I didn't really watch other people. Yeah, I did. Um, but once again, YouTube jumps a lot. But
okay. So I've been in a drought inspiration because I have my own like little like storyline that I've started writing. I've started doing thumbnail panels for comics. I've done a bunch of character designs for um, a series I have in development. It's a two-part series where there's a prologue that leads directly into the main series and kind of sets up the main series very nicely, but also provides a more slice of life action. Um, that's besides the point of the title of this stream. But this I haven't been playing Minecraft with my friends recently, and so joining this and being able to draw other people's Minecraft characters and being like, I have so many ideas and I don't know what to do with them. So having this has
Yeah,
been really nice. I've been itching all day to sit in front of my iPad and shrimp up and just color and draw. So
I am I am genuine. I know I've already said it. I'm so excited to see what you cook up on that iPad. I am so excited. You can't see right now. I got this big old goofy grin on my face. I have not been able to
the
wipe
same
this smile
smile
off
your
my face
character has,
already.
bro.
I've not been able to stop smiling all day. I walked into work. One of my coworkers looked at me and went, "What's got you so happy?" Like, shut up, man. All right, I'm in a good mood. Um, but it's some really good stuff, and I know what you mean. Like for example, I've not really been playing with my friends a whole lot lately. I mean, my friends outside of the server, um, but I've made a lot of friends here because the people of this server are genuinely great. There's some bad apples, of course. There's always going to be, but 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 it's really nice to see just how friendly a lot of these people are, and how like you can just sit down and have a conversation with basically anyone for hours at a time on this server. Um, Rivarans for me especially fulfill that requirement. If you know one of those types of conversations that like change topics every couple minutes and it just goes on for like well, it feels like it only goes for 30 minutes and you look at the clock and 4 hours have passed. That's how it feels to talk to any Rivaran. It's a good time. It's a good conversation. Um, so it's I don't know. I'm kind of yapping a bit, but I'm in a good mood if you can't tell.
Ghost, do you got anything? Or are you just here for the shits and giggles?
I'm here for the shits and giggles, but I can also provide more information.
Mhm.
I'm about to enter a restaurant. I'm gonna get a nice little beer and do a little drafting of contracts. But I'm still here.
Yeah, you gotta drink that beer. Look, he's ready for
Yeah,
the
bro.
tiki bar to open. He's ready for the tiki bar.
I'm just waiting on that, bro. You guys know how Rivara was founded?
No, please
Yeah,
tell us. Please.
yeah.
So I don't have the full story because I'm a second generation Rivaran. Tux is like I think he's a fourth gen Rivaran. You're like a seventh, maybe. I don't know. I don't have the full breakdown, but we are like far apart in gaps of generations. The first generation of Rivarans, I understand, were former Marcayans, like the Romans, who didn't agree with the king, and they didn't want to uprise against him. They just wanted to leave and do something else. Since their prior faction was a monarchy, they wanted to try something different where nobody had absolute power and everybody had a say. And the founders were Blake the Great and Gavatron. Though they founded Rivara in basically the Americas. They started building the first fortress along with Soup Skeleton, I think is
Yeah, Super
his
Skeleton. I've not seen him on yet. He's supposed to get on.
Yeah, Super Skeleton was the original architect of Rivara. He did the initial builds of the first walls in the capital, which are up north. And ever since then, they've started getting a few people. It's well, back then it used to be the biggest faction of them all, with and it used to be the first one with walls after Rivara. I mean, after Markaya. Um, Now it's not the biggest, but it's still one of the biggest, maybe the second biggest. Because there's another faction that pays for members, like they sponsor a lot of people, so that's why they have more. But we're the more like the second biggest one, and it's fully organic. We don't tend to sponsor players, not because we're mean, but because we just believe more in like giving people a good experience and everybody being able to join. But a few people have been sponsored. I think Tux's cousin, I don't know, or your friend, something like that.
Actually, no, I got him in on a free slot by sheer luck, but I was about to sponsor him. That is correct.
All
So
right.
like if you really really want to play and you don't have the money, then talk to me. I'm not saying I will sponsor, but I might be able to work something out. At the very least, I have a discount. I have a discount code, so I can save y'all a couple bucks. I can save y'all like, I don't know, is it like 5 or 6 bucks? I don't know. I can save y'all a decent bit of change. So at the very least, it's worth talking about.
This
But
is
yeah,
the
that's
advertisement section of the stream where we're like, join Lapida today.
Yeah,
Jin
join
Lapida,
the
Jin Lapida and Rivara. But yeah, basically, Vivaran members were before part of a monarchy, and they didn't like the monarchy, so they founded a democracy. It was only a single state, like we were just a unitary republic in the beginning. But when the second wave players joined, which was me, all the Texians, and a few others, which I can't fully remember who they were, those second generation Rivarans started founding more settlements. For example, the Texians started making a settlement in the desert, in the mesa, and they were all in real life friends. I think they were they
It's
our people became peace. They the former Marcain, a couple other people. And when we started making the constitution, they started to like some operations. We started drafting a constitution, and like fast forward now, I think it was three more generations of players. Those generations were included. They were maybe the first one of the last generation to join, along with the recently whitelisted players. And it's where we are now. We have a draft of the constitution that is still pending to be enacted, but we're basically using it already. We have large portions of territory covered with a lot of builds. We've focused a lot on building, and yeah, we're more active than ever. I think we have consistently at least 4 people online. Last time it was like seven, I think. I'm not sure. Or no. It was five. I think it was five. But yeah, we're having good numbers, good builders, and a lot of good vibes. So that's like the brief history of Rivara in a nutshell.
splendid.
Actually, on that constitution, I'm actually looking it over like right now. I should be able to get it like ratified ratified. Is that the word? Yeah, ratified. I should be able to get it like good to go in a little bit here. I don't think it'll be done tonight, but that's definitely coming up soon. So keep your eyes peeled.
Um, I think we're getting up to an hour of guest time. Um, I think
On the
this is the
dot.
portion where uh we kind of advertise Lapita on behalf of Daniel, I guess.
Hmm.
Join Lapita.
Yeah, come on. Look, if you join Lapida, actually, okay. Fun little side note from me. One, join Lapida. It is genuinely the most fun I've had on any. I honestly, I wouldn't even say a Minecraft server. I'd say excuse me, I say Minecraft in general in the past couple of years, right? I feel like a little kid again playing. Whenever like you would load up a world whenever you were like 6, maybe 8 years old, um, and you would like just have wonder, like you look around like, oh my god, that's how I feel playing this server. It is such a blast. It's so much fun.
And this is
Um,
chat. This is not glaze. This is like genuine. Like I'm having fun too.
it's addicting. It's when I actually recently went on vacation for like a week in Europe, and I'm not even kidding. I felt like a chud the whole time, because every single day I was in Europe, I was just sitting there like, man, I wish I was back home so I could be playing. It's so addicting. I don't know what it is. There's like a secret sauce to it. It's just the most fun I've had on Minecraft in ages. Um, it's just so beautiful. It's great. I love it.
Uh,
I was gonna say something. Oh,
uh,
yes. If any new people join Lapida, by the way, if you join, please before you join, come talk to me. All right. I might have a discount code or two for you. Um, and I also love helping new players out because something that you actually didn't know, but it's a little extra piece of Rivaran history, is Portside started, and I still do this. I still do this whenever I can. Um, I will see a new player join, and I will go pick them up, and I will take care of them. I'll take them into Portside, and I'll tell them, hey, you don't have to stay here. I would love if you did, but I'll keep them at Portside. I'll give them a house, like I'll give them a roof over their head, food to eat, some basic supplies, and I'll teach them about the server. I'll teach them about the different nations, the politics, interpersonal relationships. And whenever they're ready to go, then I send them off on their way.
Peak, bro. Actually, Pete.
Um,
Uh,
Some people have
Ghost,
chosen to stay with
anything?
me. Some people are allies.
Oh,
Beepo actually
yeah.
for me. My mom's ass. You're idol for me. I'd love to join Peter. Ghost,
Ghost,
Ghost, you got
this
to
is it's
advertise.
your turn to plug.
Plug. Same with plug.
If you need me,
Of course.
I'm so happy to guys. It's I do work like a lawyer and everything, but I get back to from my house and here I am, a lawyer practicing and still somehow playing Minecraft. Uh,
You're
kind
never
of
too old to
says,
play video games.
yeah, exactly.
It's the truth.
Also, check out the fortress. I'm proud of it.
Oh yeah, yes. Even if you decide not to join Rivara, I will say I've not been to Avalon, so I really can't speak because I've heard from some people saying like, "Hey, Avalon is also pretty good too." But in my opinion, out of every other nation, Avalon with an asterisk because I don't know, Rivara definitely mobs every other nation on builds. We have so many builds. There's so much cool stuff to see, and like literally every couple days, I'm finishing up a build project. Like every like 2 or 3 days, I'll just be like, "Hey, Ghost, come over to my farm. Come see what I built." Ghost can even tell you like, "Yeah, this is true." Like literally every couple days, I'll just build something crazy, like a big old windmill, like some horse stables and like silos and a farmhouse and a blacksmith shop. A tiki bar is coming up next. I'm actually gonna do that tonight. Tiki bar is coming up tonight. Um, stuff like that. So if you like building, if you like looking at good builds, if you like being around good builds, come at least give Rivara a visit. You don't have to join, just come and look. Have a look.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, this is the part of the segment where I let you all go your separate ways, and I'll see you on the server momentarily.
Yes.
Actually, after I eat dinner, I'm gonna say bye to chat, and I'm gonna end stream. But thank you all for tuning in. I really appreciate you all being my first podcast for Lapita. If you do have any suggestions on who should be next, like should it be Daniel, should it be the dev, should it be a different leader, should it be Avalon, like let me know. Let me know who you all think should be next. But I'm gonna see myself out. Thank you all. I'll see you uh in
Thank you
like
for having me.
30 minutes.
See you
Yeah.
guys.
Catch you all
Yay!
later.
Bye. Okay. Okay, little beanie weenies. That. Oh, I didn't see people were talking in chat. Oh, I feel bad. Possible ban evader? Oh. Ugh. Oh. I will probably read chat here momentarily. I think I've got the gist of it. Anyways, um thank you all for tuning in for a Lapida stream. This is going to be a common occurrence, so look forward for more content. Um I appreciate you all tuning in. I've said that so many times. This will be uploaded to YouTube, same username, same dealio. I'll put it under a playlist for Lapida so it's easier to navigate. Um, if you all like this content, let me know. Um, if you if there are Lapida people watching, if you're one of the nation leaders, DM me so I can try to get you on this little podcast shindig. Um, look out for MrTux and his YouTube channel. Shout out to him. He's gonna be giving a tour later. So you'll be able to see what Rivara looks like after all that talk about how amazing it is. Anyways, thank you, Beanie Weenies. Make sure to drink water, eat dinner, nourish yourself, take care of yourself. I will see you all next time. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. I love you guys so, so very much.